Hello everyone, I'm Lady Breland, and today I'm paying $15 a month for World of Warcraft so you don't have to, and I'm going to be teaching you the basics for level 15 Shammy Healing. So first of all, Moteke reached level 15, and that was completely done by me over the weekend. I didn't want to record it because it takes a lot of time, and I know you guys were getting tired of watching 10 minutes of me blather on about stupidity stuff. So I'm not doing it, and if I sound a little rushed, it's because I just recorded this 5 minutes ago, and someone called me in the middle of the phone call despite me telling them that I was recording a Let's Play. Anyhow, on to what's going on. First of all, you need to learn the Dungeon Finder thing. So first things first, let me get rid of the blinking. So you need to look at the Dungeon Finder queue, and when you first open this up, you press I, brings it up, and you'll see the 3 roles, of course, tank, healer, damage, and dungeon leader. So you want to take healer, and I don't suggest being a dungeon leader until you're completely comfortable with these dungeons. I typically don't run as the dungeon healer. I typically don't take this because it's a pain in the ass as a healer. Just don't do it. If you're a tank, sure, if you know the dungeons, you better. If you don't know the dungeons, please don't take it. Anyhow, so what we're looking here is, we're looking at Dead Mines and Ragefire Chasm. So Ragefire Chasm is traditionally the first one you're going to get, but you can get either one at this point with the Cataclysm changes. And then Wailing Caverns. Now, if you notice, Dead Mines and Ragefire Chasm are both yellow, and this means that they are of your level. They have that same difficulty. It's the same as on your quest list. Wailing Caverns is orange, so it's going to be more difficult, and as a healer, you're going to have to be healing more to keep that tank up and running. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do Random Classic Dungeon, which means that you get a satchel full of helpful goods. Yay! Blues, they're of the armor type that you need. So for us right now, it is leather. Is that what we're wearing right now? Yeah, we're wearing leather right now. So, yay, leather. And so it'll give you that, and it won't necessarily be what you need as a shaman healer, but it will be leather. And so sometimes that helps and sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, so we're going to close out of that because I'm not going to do one right now. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the bar. And now hopefully you guys can see this, but if you can't, I'm super sorry. It's just the way that my movie editor cuts. So down here at the bottom, we do have our first 2 totems. And as a healer, I drop the Strength of Earth totem, which increases strength and agility. And I drop the Flame Tongue totem, which summons a totem that makes spell power more effective, or spell haste, or something like that. Anyway, you want to drop these 2 totems. Now I have them on 1 and 2, so I can easily just go 1, 2. There they are. They're down. Yay! They're down. Yay! They're down. Okay. And then, right now at 15, we only have 2 heal spells. We have the Earth Shield totem, which I'm going to put on me now. This is kind of like the Power Word Shield that you have on priests. It typically helps you, it protects the tank and it heals the tank, and so that's the first one. And then the only other one that you have is Healing Wave, okay, which we've all seen before. Yay, Healing Wave, heal. Okay, so what did I have on before? I had Lightning Shield on before. Now Lightning Shield just does a little extra damage, and since you can only have 1 rock shield up at a time, you want that on your tank. But you want to go ahead and have a shield up on you, because if you aggro and you start pulling things towards you and they start hitting you, then at least you're doing a little bit of damage. Now in the future, in fact, at level 20, it looks like you're going to be getting something called a Water Shield, which is what you're going to want to have up the whole time. But when we hit 20, I'm going to talk about that. Now the only other thing that we have to heal with is called Ancestral Spirit. It's down here. It's out of the way of my fingers. I typically don't need to hit it. Usually I even put it on a bar on its own, but right now I don't need one. I have, 7 spells on my bar. I don't need that shit, right? So you press Ancestral Spirit and it reses your target. So if someone dies, you need to resurrect them, or you can resurrect them, and that would be the way to do it. So really, your bread and butter, Earth Shield, the healing, and the totems. That's really all you got. I mean, it's as simple as that. So you might be noticing that I was a wolf for a while. Well, that's true. We have this thing now called Ghost Wolf. You get it at 15. You want to pick it up before you run your first dungeon. It allows you to actually run super fast. Well, faster, and you can use it in the dungeon, which is something that druids can't do with their speed form. So you want to make sure that you use this, especially if you wipe. It's a lot easier for you to just run back in the wolf form. So that aside, the only other thing that I need to talk about today is next week we're going to start with whatever random dungeon I get into, and you're going to be getting 10-minute clips-ish of me being candid and yelling at players and raging and being me, which is the whole reason why I got into these to begin with. And you're also going to see a more edited version of the dungeon where I'm showing you important pieces of the dungeon that need to be pointed out for a shaman healer. Okay, and the only other thing that I really need to talk about today, which means I need to get out of this freaking form, we'll heal wave it, is I'm wearing this tabard. Now, I'm wearing the Undercity tabard because I am incredibly partial to the undead horsies. I think they're hilariously awesome. And tabards give you rep with a specific fashion. If you're going to be healing, you're going to be leveling primarily through dungeons. So you want to go ahead and pick up a tabard and work your way up to Exalted. That way you can actually purchase these mounts and have a repertoire of mounts. Because what else are you going to do while you're queuing for dungeons? I mean, really? Anyway, I think that's all you really need to know. The only other thing I can think of is, I suppose I need to talk a little bit about this enchanted weapon. There's not much you can really do as a healer right now with the enchanted weapon. You don't get your enchanted weapon until 54 for a healer. So just toss whatever one on there you think looks pretty and run with it. Gear. I've been picking up things with spirit and int on them. So look at stamina, intellect. This one just is armor. Stamina, intellect. Stamina, intellect. Intellect. And this is stamina, intellect. You as your main thing, you want int and you want spirit. Int gives you lots of mana, lets your heals be more powerful. Spirit regens your mana, and when you're in combat, your mana actually will regen faster, which is super helpful. So grab any int and spirit, doesn't matter if it's cloth, doesn't matter if it's leather, just as long as it has int and spirit on it at this point in time, you want to grab it. So seeing as Moteke has been kind of boring, and I'm very sorry, you know, it's not like I've been, you know, completely interesting today. Sorry. I'm a little unnerved because this kid keeps bothering me. Anyway, I have a test block coming up, so next week I will show you our first things, and hopefully this will go well. So I hope you all have a good week, and I will talk to you all later. See ya!